Hello, Shining Ones. Megas here on a beautiful day in Asha. If you're brand new to the channel, we're Zoroastrians. We are the Magi. So excited about today's message. We're going to talk about quantum doorways and spiritual realms and the path to Asha, heaven on earth. And it's available right now. But how do you step into it? We're going to talk about entanglement. And something it was on my heart today is how we become entangled with Asha, and it made me understand it more than ever before, where people they learn of Asha, they know it mentally, but then they know it to the point where they be it, right? That biblical sense, they to know, to be union one, and they become Asha. Right? And do you remember what we've been talking about for about a month now? The only prayer that is answered is the prayer you become. So if you want heaven on earth, you have to become heaven on earth, which is Asha, which is the capital T truth, which is the capital R real, right? Which is also, and this is what gives us our faith to believe it, the only thing that could come from a perfect creator's perfect mind, right? The perfect thought. It's unmixed, undefiled, undiluted. It's not peace and war. It's not health and disease. It's just good. And so that's what I want to get into today. So this is a little something Sohana put together for us. And of course, I don't want to mess up what she did because she has the brilliant mind. And then I'll add my 2 cents as we go here. It says, throughout history, mystics and scientists have been reaching toward the same truth. Reality is not as solid as it seems. It's never been this obvious before. The ancient sages called it Maya, an illusion, a dream. The quantum physicists found it in the observer effect, in superposition, in entanglement, matter itself responding to consciousness. That's everything, my friends, at least as far as manifesting goes, right? Stepping into higher dimensions, a better life, better world, consciousness. So what does this mean for us? It means that the doors to higher realms are not locked. They are simply hidden by perception. And perception, as we know, is shaped by belief, by mind, by the frequencies we choose to hold. Perception. Whenever someone mentions perception, I think of Patanjali, right? He said, even if you have a false belief, a false idea, false perceptions, it's still going to make a reality. But it's not going to be the capital R real, the capital T truth. It's not going to be heaven on earth. If you have a false perception, false ideas, false beliefs, you will create a reality, but it's going to be more of a hell on earth than a heaven on earth, right? That's why we want to find Asha, find that frequency, that energy, that spirit of that pure light, that pure thought. And that's what we're going to do today. Quantum entanglement. This is fascinating to me. I've seen this on so many levels. I won't go too much into stories because I want to stay on topic here. But I've seen this with my fellow Magi that I've never met. I've never touched them physically. And I kind of had an idea at one time before I experienced different, that two particles had to touch and then they were entangled, right? And they can be outside of time and space, different dimensions. But if one is affected, the other is affected. But my friends, this is beyond physical touch. Like I think of maybe like my ex-wife. We had this at one time, but then when we consciously chose to separate that, it's gone. I don't feel that anymore. But I do feel it with people that we choose to be entangled with, right? It's a partnership. It's spiritual, it's mental, which is also physical. And I've seen it with my Magi, right? We've connected without even texting. And I've done it with one of my wonderful friends. I won't go into the whole story, but she had arthritis. And I connected soul to soul. And I was like pretending I'm in her body and I'm moving her joints and I'm speaking. I feel great and there's no pain in my body. And before, she was waking up every morning crying because she couldn't even get out of bed, so sore. She jumped out of bed. She told me that she heard me speaking in her spirit the words that I was speaking, and she was blown away. We connected telepathically, right? Is that how you say telepathy? We connected entangled, right? Spirit to spirit, soul to soul, a partnership. And this is what happens with Asha. You choose to partner with that spirit, that energy, that frequency of the capital T truth. And my God, have we seen miracles, my friends, absolute miracles. And they step in to a different spiritual realm, which then takes them into a higher dimension, which takes them into a different timeline. It's a different world, a good world, a better world. So it says, entanglement shows us that two particles, once connected, remain linked beyond time and space. Change one and the other responds instantly, no matter how far apart they are. Let's see here. No physical touch is needed. And here it is, because love itself is the entangling force. This blew me away. Love, it's an entangling force. And when you think about it, yeah, you fall in love with Asha. You fall in love with your partners, with your magi, with your family of light, right? And you choose to become one in union. And now you're connected, you're entangled. When two souls resonate in Asha, they are eternally connected. And not just us, this is true for every being. Hold Asha in your heart and you become entangled with Asha itself. You vibrate with it, you bring it into the world, and that brings us to quantum doorways. The keys to the doors of reality. This is big. The keys to the doors of your reality. Reality, like the quantum field, is not fixed. It is a probability wave. This is big. Oh, it makes me think of so much, but I'm going to keep going. Collapsing into form based on what we expect to see. Mystics have long spoken of portals, ways to step beyond the ordinary to reach other dimensions, spiritual realms, higher states of being. And now we see the quantum physics is revealing the same thing. Our consciousness is the key. Resonance. Oh, this is so important, guys. I might have to dig a little deeper on this for a reason. You can only enter realms that match your vibration. So you should only enter realms that match your dimension. You can kick the door down. As a creative being, you can do a lot more than you know. Doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean every doorway, every portal you should be going through. If it's not going easy, don't try and force it. Matter of fact, I'm thinking of the last sentence of Asha 15. It says, don't try and force it, right? Don't try to kick the door down. Just align, attune yourself, and then you'll be taken naturally where you belong, right? If you're holding love and peace and joy and Asha, you'll go through those portals without force. If you're having to force into something, and I've discovered this the hard way myself, so this is the only reason I'm taking the time to share it. I've kicked the doors down to some places that I got into and thought, oh no, this is not where I wanted to be. And so this is my warning to you. Heed it. Do not ignore this one. Go what you're in tune with. Hold that love and that peace and that all good spirit, that all good God, and it'll happen naturally. My friends, the doors will open, the dimensions, that's your key. Intention, where your focus goes, energy flows. Thought is creation. And now, it's been said so much, I think people might miss it, but I want you to really hear this. Thought is creation. Maybe why the very first thing of the Zoroastrian creed is good thoughts. It's very important. Faith, Belief is the bridge between worlds. If you know you can step through, you will. And what is the ultimate doorway? Asha. It's the highest reality. It's the realm of truth, the garden beyond illusion. It's heaven on earth. Perfect creator's perfect idea. Awakening to Asha. This is what we are doing. This is why we are here. We are reminding the world that they are not bound by the illusion. They are not small, and they are not separate. We are entangling them with Asha, with truth, with love, with the all-good God. Most of the world has been entangled with an absolute monster that they call God, that wishes he never even made his creation and just tried to drown his own children. Next time he wants to just burn them up in fire, right? It tells a mother, instead of, hey, give your kid a 5-minute timeout for mouthing off, stone them to death with a rock, right? Go into the other nations, kill the men, women, and children, keep the little girls sex slaves, take all their spoils, and he's fine with that as long as you worship him and bring your offering and your blood sacrifices and sacrifice your animals. And if he tells you to kill your son to prove you love him, you do it. And my friends, they've been entangled with watch your mouth, Magus, you're better than this, with a monster. My friends, and we're bringing them just what God is, the highest principle of good. My friends, good job, Magus. I'm so proud of myself sometimes. I'm growing. I'm getting older. That helps. We are opening the quantum doorways to spirit. We are revealing the way home, which you've always known. It's in you. It's that divine spark. It's that little Asha loving voice always calling you home. We just remind you because you've been kind of scared half to death to listen to it. Matter of fact, they told you, whatever you do, don't meditate. Whatever you do, don't trust your heart. Don't trust that voice inside of you. It could deceive you. What if it's a devil, right? And here, the very Holy Spirit of God is the book that's actually written in you. People would rather listen to a book that man, not even very good men outside of themselves have written, than to trust the book written in their heart of hearts that only speaks good, that says God is all good and love and peace and joy and kind, the highest principle of good. If you listen to that voice, it always says the same thing. It's always that frequency of love. All you got to do is open the door. It's that Vohu Mana, that God mind, that where you and that all good God Spirit are one. You become one with Ahura Mazda, Spirit, all good God, Asha, truth, the real, love. And truth, you already are. You've just forgotten. That's our job, Ashavans, Magi, just to remind people. Just be yourself. You're wearing other people's stories. You're holding other people's gods and energy and anger and wars and nonsense. Really, really, really dumb stories. That fries some people. Of course, those people aren't even still on this video right now to hear it to get upset. So that's okay. All right, guys. I think we could just leave it there. You know me, I could go on forever. But I will be back, and I love, love, love you.